Hello everyone and welcome back to our custom zombie mapping tutorial series in World of War. And today we're going to be doing blockers, so barriers that the player has to buy to be able to access other parts of the map, and a beautiful door here. Now if you have realized from our last tutorial, the light here, there's not a really stupid looking checkerboard stupid box that's sitting on our ground because of the light. But now it's doing something even weirder. It's doing this like red texture thing. I don't know. Looks really stupid. I don't know. But the reason I'm telling you that is not just to say that it looks really stupid, which it does, but mainly to say don't pay attention to it. It's just stupid glitches in the editor. It has nothing to do with the game. It's not going to do that in game. It's just yeah, stupid things with the editor. And like I said, they're not going to fix it because this game is like 7 years old. But yeah, so today we're going to be adding a blocker. So let's do the blocker first, and then we'll do the door after. So what we're going to do, I'm going to switch to top-down view and switch to grid to 8 because I'm not working that precisely. So what we're going to do first is right-click, go to script model. Don't go to misc model. We've been using this button. This time we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go to script model, and that's so that we can add KVPs into it. So in here, like I said before, there are like hundreds and if not 1,000 models in here to choose from. I'm going to choose static underscore Berlin couch. I'm going to choose a couch. Where's the couch? I need my couch. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful looking couch. You can't even actually see it right now, but it's a beautiful couch. Trust me. You can take my word on it. There it is. There's a beautiful couch. Now, most debris is not this linear. Like it's not just a couch laying perfectly flat on the ground. It's usually like laid up against something. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. But I'm going to do that. So selection, rotate, arbitrary rotation, and I'm going to do a 30-degree rotation on the y-axis. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And maybe you guys kind of see what I'm saying now. The couch is tilted. It's not completely linear. So yeah, we have this little gap here, so I'm just gonna copy and paste the couch. Screw it. I don't care. Wow. Wow, I've got top-notch design skills. Okay, let's fix that. That looks so stupid. Okay, let's see if we can make it like straight up and down. I don't know. That looks a little bit better. Let's just do a straight up and down couch, interlocked with a different couch. That looks really stupid. Please don't do that. You can use a different model. I'm just doing it because I'm lazy and I'm just doing it for the tutorial. I'm not actually planning on publishing this map. But if you're going to publish the map, then make it look a little bit better than that. That looks stupid. But anyways, actually, I'm not going to copy and paste this yet, to be honest. I'm going to add the keys and values first. So now that we have our script model, hit N to bring up the entity window now. In this video, we're going to be entering keys and value pairs. Yay, that's something we've been able to avoid for 12 videos because we've been using prefabs and it's all been done for us. But now we're going to get to do the fun stuff that is keys and value pairs. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Target name is going to be our first key, and we're going to set that. You can set this to whatever you want. This is one of those ones that you set it, but you have to remember what it is. I don't care. Write it down on a piece of paper if you need to, or just use a naming system like what I use so you don't forget it. Kind of like a mnemonic device. Just make sure you name it something you can remember. That's the main thing I'm trying to get at. So I'm gonna name mine debris underscore one. And that's my naming convention. You can use it if you want. And my maps, like, say the map was linear, so we only have one debris, and then the next debris will be debris underscore two. And let's say we had the room, we had two different paths we could go. I'd do debris underscore 1A and debris underscore 1B. Like I said, that's just my naming convention. You don't have to do that, but that's how I do it to keep my target names simple. But since I only have one, I'm just gonna call it debris underscore one. Now, next we're going to do spawn flags, and we're going to set this to 1. And after that, we're going to do script link 2, and we are going to set this to debris underscore 1 underscore link. This is another one where you can just make it anything, but what I do is I use the target name and then underscore link at the end, just to like that's just my naming system. That way I don't forget it. And like I said, you guys can use that. It's really helpful to me, and maybe you guys will find it helpful too. So yeah, those are the basic ones. Those are the needed ones. Now we're gonna add the fun stuff. So we're gonna add script underscore noteworthy and the value jiggle. Now what this is if you've played zombies, which I'm guessing you have since you're watching this tutorial, when you buy debris, or even when you get a teddy bear in the box kind of jiggles upwards, like it floats back and forth and goes upwards until it finally goes away. And that's the same with debris. That is this key and value pair, jiggle, script noteworthy jiggle. So yeah, just enter that if you want that your model to do that. That's customary, so that's why I'm putting it in the video. Next, script underscore effects ID. We're going to do large ceiling dust. What this is when you buy debris in zombies, typically you'll see like dust particles spawn where you just bought the debris. So that's what this is. I'm just gonna add it in because I'm not gonna be a hipster mapper. I'm just adding it in. Whatever. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. There are some other ones you can use, by the way. Script underscore fire effects is the last one, and this one is going to be set to poltergeist. And what that is like the lightning that you see when you buy debris. Now, you can play around with these, like you can't set them to anything you want, but there is preset values, and if you look them up, there is different fire effects. There isn't just the lightning, there's different ones you can use. The lightning is the most common one, and the same with the ceiling dust for the effects ID, but there is a few different ones you can use, and you can play around with them and see what fits your map. But I'm just going to use the customary ones. So now we're done with our brush model. Now, I'm going to add something that most people, or most at least tutorial makers, don't. Actually, first I'm going to copy and paste this couch so that I can kind of fill the gap. Once again, this is going to look really stupid, and I'm sorry. So I'm going to rotate it this way. God damn, that looks dumb. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah, now that you can just copy them with the keys and values. That's what I did because I'm lazy. I don't want to enter them again. But basically, what other YouTubers that make custom zombie mapping tutorials do, and even what I did, I think, in the last series, was I would say, okay, try to find a model that has collision. And basically, some models have bones in them and some models don't. So you can walk through certain models and you get stuck on certain models. Well, that's stupid. And I'll tell you why it's stupid. Can you just look at this couch and tell if you can walk through it or not? No, there's no indication of whether the model is solid or not. There's no way you can tell unless you go into the game. So basically, to be able to find a solid model, one, you're limiting your models you can use. Two, like that's trial and error and that's stupid. What we can do is add a clip. Okay, so how we do that is we just go to script, brush model, and I'm going to encase the object here. I'm not going to do it on this side because we don't need to. It's set to trigger zone because of something I was doing earlier. You're going to go to textures, usage, and then tools, and then set it to clip. And what this basically is it's an invisible wall. So your players, even if it's a non-collision model, even if you can just go through the model, because of this invisible wall, they can't. And this will go away with these models because of the keys and values we're going to set. With this, you're free. You can use any model you want. You can put a body there if you really wanted to and use that as a block. I don't recommend it, but you could do that with a clip because you can do anything. Like if we even look at perk machines use the clip texture so you can't walk through them. They're not solid models. Same with the pack-a-punch here. Like everything uses these clip text. Even my door here on this side uses a clip text. That's mostly just so we don't have a double link fence. But you know what I'm kind of saying. It's an invisible wall and they're really helpful. So use them when you need to. So yeah, we're gonna add some keys and values to this. We're gonna add the same ones, but we're gonna leave out the fire effects, the noteworthy, and the FX ID because it's an invisible brush. So there's no point in having lightning for nothing. So all we're going to do is target name debris underscore one. I'm just setting it to exactly what I did on the couch model. And I'm going to set spawn flags to 1 and script link 2 to debris 1 link. Okay, and that's all we need to add. We don't need to add the poltergeist effects or the noteworthy effect because it's an invisible brush, like I said. So we actually missed something. My mistake. There is one more we need to do on here, and that's target. And this is for zoning. This is actually like one of the most important ones. I can't believe I forgot this. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm going to set this to zone 2. You could set this to whatever you want, but it has to be the same name as your zone. We haven't set up zones. I'm going to do mine. This is another naming convention. So this is going to be zone 1. This is going to be zone 2. If I add another room, it's going to be zone 3. And if you can get the idea what I'm talking about, then that's great. But I just use zone underscore and then like this is the first room and this is the second room. So that's why I'm doing 1 underscore 2. You know, that's what I'm doing. And this is going to be zone 2. And why this KVP is so important is if we didn't have it, like we would have if I didn't remember really quickly, if we spawn in here, this area of the map's going to be blocked off. And basically, there's going to be zombies spawning in this window because there's going to be a zone here, and they're going to spawn over here. And this is a big problem in a bigger map, like 4 or 5 sections down. There's going to be zombies that spawn, and you're not going to be able to kill them. You're going to get stuck on rounds because there's going to be zombies spawning over there when you're over here, and there's a whole bunch of obstacles in between you. It's just it keeps things nice and simple and makes your game flow nice. Okay, that's what it's for. I don't know. I'm talking a lot. Okay, so we've got the clip, we've got the models. Now what we need to add is the script struct and the trigger zone. So I have a script struct here already. That was because I was doing something. Anyway, to add a script struct, all you need to do is right click on the map, go to script struct. It's really that easy. It's a little red box. Looks beautiful. I'm going to put this in the ground. Now, once again, if you've played zombies, you'll notice, like even in Keynote Houten, like the couch or whatever debris, it'll fly up. And that is because this script struct is above the map. But I actually like putting it below the map. So basically, wherever you have your script struct, this stuff is going to teleport. And you're going to see it kind of teleporting there, which is why you see it go up or down or sideways or whatever. So this is a little bit important. And I'm going to make mine fly down. And while it like might look weird because most debris flies up, say like what my map's going to have, well, one of my other maps, you're going to be able to go outside. And let's say we're standing outside here and we just see a random couch, like just the random debris, the random couch standing on top of the roof. Like there's gonna be a player go out there like, what the hell? There's just a like I think that's the debris I bought earlier. Why is just a couch on top of a roof? Like it makes no sense. So you just make sure you want to put it where your player can't see it or put it somewhere where it'd be realistic. That's what I'm trying to get at. So yeah. So once you've got that, just go ahead and hit N. And I'm going to set, we're only going to need to enter one KVP into this, and that's script underscore link name. Very similar to link 2, but instead link name, and it's going to have the same value that we set in the model, which is debris 1 link. And there we go. Look at that. Now, most people say there's like a line that connects them. Like there is a line, but sometimes it doesn't show, and it's not. In my case, it doesn't show, so it doesn't always show a line. So if you don't see one, don't panic. Just go test your map, and it should work. And if it doesn't, leave a comment, and I will do my best, my very, very best to help you out. So now we have the clip, we have the model, so the player can't walk through it, but we have no prompt. The player won't be able to buy it yet, and that's because we need this wonderful thing called a trigger zone. So how you add that is just right click, go to trigger use, and there it is. And it's kind of like any common brush. Put it below the map. Let me just drag it up a little bit. Okay, so it's kind of like any other brush except it's a trigger. And what this allows you to do is it allows the player to buy stuff. That's all it does. And I'm gonna make I don't want to make it touch the. I'm gonna move this weapon because I don't want it too close to the buy trigger so that it's confusing the player. Now where this trigger zone is, this is going to be the buyable area for the debris. So if you make it go like I don't know all the way out here, like that's dumb. Don't do that. But if you made it go that far, the player will be able to buy this debris from over there. So I'm going to make this short. So make it short, but don't make it too short. Like, let's say we put it there. Okay? Now we have 2 problems here. One, it's going to be difficult as hell to select the trigger zone. Well, if it wasn't for this part, because you have 2 models in one. So let's say, well, we did actually select the trigger zone there, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You can select the clip or the trigger zone. And 2, the player won't be able to buy it because he'll go up and the trigger zone will be inside the invisible wall, so he won't be able to buy it. So make sure it goes out a little bit, but not too much. That's what I'm saying. Experiment with it if you really want to. That's what I do. I just experiment with it and see what works and what doesn't. I'm going to make it come 3 little blocks out. And yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now we're going to add the KVPs into it. So I'm going to add the first KVP, which is target name, and I'm going to set this to zombie debris. Actually, that's stupid. I shouldn't have said that. You cannot set this value to anything other than zombie underscore debris, because that's what it is. Basically, if you don't set this, players are going to come up and the trigger zone's going to be there, but they're not going to be able to buy it because it's not going to say press F to buy the door for X amount. It's going to have a little hand icon, and it's not going to work properly because of that. So we need to set this target name to zombie underscore debris. Nothing else. Make sure you set this properly. Next, we're going to set the zombie underscore cost, and I'm going to set this to 750. Now, surprisingly, stupidly actually, you cannot set this to anything you want. And since it's just a points value, it should just be an integer. It should be a really easy thing to do, but apparently it's not. And Treyarch made it difficult. So if we want to add in our own custom value, we have to go into the script, which is really annoying. But so there's a few different preset costs you can use. There's 100. I believe there's 200. Yeah, 200. 250, 500, 750, 1000, 1250, 1500, 750, 1750, and 2000. And the way I remember this is so we have 100 and 200 and 250. But after 250, you can go up an increment of 250 up to 2000. So 250, 500, 750, 1000, 1250, all the way up to 2000. If you want a door to cost more than 2000 or in between those values that I said, you're going to have to go edit the script. Now I'm going to set my first door to just, my first debris to just 750. Now, one more KVP, target, and we're just going to put this to what we had as the model. So I'm going to put what I had, which was, I believe, debris underscore 1. And if you do this, you should see like a link, like a line linking them. But like I said, if you don't, no big worries. Just see if it works in your game, and if it doesn't, leave a comment below, and I will do my very best to help you out. So yeah, now we have that trigger zone. So this debris is now done, and now we're going to go ahead and work on our doors. Now I'm just going to go fix something because something isn't right with the map. It has nothing to do with this tutorial. So I'm just going to go fix something really quick before we compile, and I will be right back, and we will start with the door. Okay, so we're back. So where were we? So we added our debris, and now we just need to add this beautiful little door here and make it work so that I don't have to no-click to turn on the power. That gets annoying. Okay, let's fix that. So, right here, we have a model. Now, I did mess up before, okay? And I will tell you why I messed up. I just drew a brush, okay? I copied this brush, put this texture on it, put the clip texture on the back, and said, damn, I'm done. It's beautiful. But it's not. Because it's not a script brush model. So if you have a brush model that you want to convert to a script brush model, which you need to do to be able to enter in KVPs, just click on the model. Here, I'll do an example here. This is just a regular brush model. It's just a stupid wall. All we need to do, right click, and go to script brush model. As you can see, look at that. It converts it for us. It converts the model into a script brush model. I'm going to undo that because I don't need a stupid wall to have KVPs. It's just a wall. But I did need to do that for this. Okay. So now we're going to enter in some values into this. So I'm going to do target, and instead of debris 1, I'm going to do door 1 because it's not debris. Why is there KVPs already in this? Odd. Let me just delete these because those aren't correct. Okay. So I'm going to set target name to door underscore 1 instead of debris underscore 1. Now that you have that set, we're going to set spawn flags, and we're going to set this to 1, similarly to how we did with the debris. Now we're going to do a new KVP, and it is script underscore vector. And the value, well, this is where it gets interesting, because the value is going to be 3 coordinates. The default is 0, 0, 0, and that's going to make it not move, because this basically sets a vector, a path on where it's going to move. So this is a Cartesian grid. Okay, it's a three-dimensional grid because World at War is a 3D game, not a 2D game. If it was a 2D game, we just have X and Y. But we have depth, so we have X, Y, and Z. Now, this is going to be interesting to do because you could do trial and error, but what I like to do, see how we have a marking? So on the top-down view, we have Z. So Z is side to side. Okay, so that's what we're going to be modifying. And then we have this side here, which is, oh, does it not have a marking? Because we're at 0, 0 on both sides. It doesn't have a marking. I don't know what axis this is actually. This is okay, so this is the x-axis. And the only reason I know that is because down here we have, see how x moves? The x number changes, so this is the x-axis. So what I would do is change the views to all different views. Do you want it to move this way? No, you don't want it to move this way because this is going back and forward. I don't want the door to slide outwards. I want it to slide into this wall. So I don't want it to do that. So what I want to do is I'm going to switch back to this view. This is the way I want it to slide. I want it to slide back and forth on the x-axis. Now use these little numbers down here. These little numbers are your best friend, and they will save you from a lot of work. So if we move our mouse this way, notice how our x value is decreasing. Okay, and if we move it this way, it's going to slide that way. And if we slide it this way, our x value is increasing. So that tells us whether we need to subtract our x value or add our y value. Okay, so I'm going to say slide it more so. So okay, I'm going to show you guys what I mean because you probably don't know what I mean. So I want my door to slide this way. So I'm going to have to subtract my x because the x is decreasing that way. Hopefully you guys get what I mean. I'm just using this as a reference, just to save myself from trial and error. I just kind of did that on the fly. I just kind of seen that and look, hey, that moves. So yeah. So I'm going to go back into here and this is set up this way. So we have x, y, and z. Okay, that's how the Cartesian grid works. So what I'm going to want to modify is my x value. I'm going to want it to decrease. So we're going to set this depends on your map. Okay, this depends on how you have your map set up, which way your door is facing, etc., etc. Mine is going to be a negative x value, the way I want it to rotate. I'm going to put mine at negative 100, 0, 0. I don't want it to move up or down or backwards and forwards. I just want it to move to the side. The reason I put 100, it probably doesn't even need to go 100. Okay, it probably only needs to go like 50 or whatever, and it depends on how big your brush is and everything like that. But as long as your player can't see it, it doesn't matter. It could go all the way over here if it wants. As long as the player can't see the moved brush, it doesn't matter. It's going to slide into the wall. Whatever. They're not going to know if it slid only this far or this far because it's going to be in the wall. So, yeah, it's really that simple. Okay, so now that we've got the door, that's all we need to do. The door is actually easier than debris, surprisingly. Now we're going to add the trigger zones. So we're going to go back to trigger and use, just like we did with debris. I'm going to put mine right here and make it go out a little bit. There's my trigger zone. Hit N, and we're going to enter some new keys and value pairs in here as well. So we're going to enter in target name, and we're going to set zombie door. Now, if you remember, we set zombie underscore debris for debris. Well, we're going to set zombie door for this one. Haha. Okay. For target, we're going to set door underscore 1. And that's because I called my model door underscore 1, if you remember from target name. This, you want to set target to the value of the target name value in your other model, if that makes sense. And if you do it, you'll see like a blue line connecting it. And yeah. So yeah, we've done that. And now we're going to enter in script underscore noteworthy, but instead of this time, we're not going to add large ceiling, or sorry, jiggle. We're going to add magic door. Okay. Now that we have that KVP in, we can just go to script underscore flag. Now this is going to be kind of like what we did with the debris. This is going to be for zoning. Except I don't have any zombies that spawn in this room. If I had this door going into another room with another zone, I would put this to the zone name. But I'm actually not going to add that key and value pair because I don't have any zombies spawning in here. Really, regardless, I open this room, I don't open this room. No new zombies spawn because there's no windows in here, no spawns in here. It's just a switch, so it's not a big deal. I'm not going to set that KVP. But if your door is into another room where there are barriers and zombie spawns and etc., another section of the map basically, do add that key and value in there. Okay. Now the last one I'm going to add is zombie underscore cost. Once again, can't set this to anything you want stupidly. I'm going to set this one to 1250. Okay. So now we have it. We have our door set up. We have our trigger zone. We don't need a script struct for this one because we had the vector in this, so we don't need to set the script struct. So we have our debris, we have our trigger zone, and we are ready to go ahead and test our map. So I'm going to go ahead and save it, and I'm going to pause the video and go ahead and compile it to save you guys time, and I will see you guys on World at War. Okay, so we are on Call of Duty World at War, and we have built our map. I'm sorry, I apologize right now for the length of the video. It's like approaching 27 minutes. This is a really long video, and I'm sorry guys, just there's a lot to cover, adding models and adding KVPs. I'm sorry about that. It is a little bit long. So I'm going to go into the console, dev map, Nazi zombie YT. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit concise because once again the video is pretty long. So let's go ahead and click to start it. Okay. So we are back in our map. Look at that. All nice and beautiful. If we go over to the couch, we cannot jump over the couch. We cannot get into this room, which is what we want. And look at that. It did the ceiling dust. You can kind of see it here. It did the lightning. And we can move. Look at that. And it went, notice how it went down towards the script struct. And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. So yeah, now that we're in this room, and look at our door. Let's buy our door. It moves! We have power! Now you may notice my door, you can see from out here, the texture is glitching. That's my fault. That's basically because I put the door exactly in line with the wall here, like where my crosshair is meeting. Don't do that with your door. Put it a little bit back, that way when you make it slide, you can't see it from the side. It's kind of like what's happening with this texture glitch right here that I need to fix still. So yeah, so now we have power. Look at that. We can go ahead and we can buy Juggernog. We can buy Pack-a-Punch. It's all nice and beautiful. Yay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about earlier. So if we no clip around, where? Oh wait, where is it? No, I can't find it. I wanted to show you guys something. I think the dogs is messing with it because I can't find it through all this mist. But anyways, the model will go where that script is. And what I was saying earlier with that target name can actually be displayed with this that we need to fix still. That's that little hand icon. That would have done that with this trigger zone if we didn't have that target name. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please leave a like below. Comment any questions or comments you guys may have on the video and subscribe. Once again, I apologize for the length of the video. This will probably be the only video in the series that's actually that big. Anyways, I'll see you in the next tutorial where we will be adding zones. Actually, no, we're going to be doing terrain in the next video, and then we're going to be doing zones right after that. And I will see you guys then. Goodbye.